Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. This is Plastic Motionel, and today we will be reviewing the Demoniacal fit Father and Son. Now, this thing is hefty. This is a really hefty box. It's much larger than I thought it'd be, but I'm thinking, man, this thing actually includes Nimbus, so it has to be a large box. When I seen it on the front porch, I was like, oh crap, it finally came in. But yeah, let's get to the unboxing. We're back with this figure unboxed, and man, just out of the box, it looks great. This is a great looking set. I think it's amazing. Goku coming with his son Gohan for that specific scene. Are you ready, man? Yeah, Dad, I'm ready. And the Saiyan Saga versus Raditz, I think that's really cool. I was gonna say they should have added a shirt option to where he's like clothless or his muscles are showing with his shirt off, but that would have been too much to ask for from Demoniacal fit. But anyway, they packed a lot into this box, and let's get into it. First off, we're gonna get into the accessories. He comes with a power pole, as well as the flying Nimbus. The flying Nimbus effect has two pieces that it comes with. It comes with the straight line, as well as a curved line for the cloud. I think that's painted really well. Looks great. Now let's get into the face sculpts. Now this guy comes with a lot. He comes with 4 face sculpts, including Gohan's. Gohan comes with, 4 as well, including his smiling face with the Dragon Ball on top. But we will get into that really soon. He comes with the windswept hair. And these face sculpts look really great. They're like a really childish Goku. And I think they exaggerated some of the facial emotion that he was doing in this scene. I think they exaggerated it a bit, just like in this one here. He looks really funny, but that's Goku. But anyway, these face sculpts look amazing. My favorite one would be the one you see on now, the yelling face. I think that looks great. It's very comparable to the Lowest Born Saiyan, and we will compare those two here shortly. But again, the smiling face looked great. And whenever you look at that face compared to this face here, which is the face from the Lowest Born Saiyan, this face looks freaking amazing. The Lowest Born Saiyan has some really cool face sculpts that are just undeniably the best. For this Goku, the Saiyan Saga, 100% the best. But let's get into Gohan's face sculpts. He comes with the face you see on now, which is the squinting eyes yelling face, as you can see down there below. He also comes with a squinting eye with a tear on the side, with him closing his mouth and clenching his teeth. He also comes with a angry face with sweat rolling down his eyes and a tear on the right. That looks great. I think this is really darn cool. It's amazing. The way that they captured Gohan is really freaking cool. And one of the crazy things about this really small figure is he actually has articulation. Really good articulation, in fact. We'll get into that shortly, but here is the other face sculpt for Gohan, where he's sitting on Nimbus. I wanted to remove that Dragon Ball on top, but I don't think it comes off. But yeah. The difference in Dragon Ball sizes from Namek's larger Dragon Balls, and then you have the Dragon Balls from Earth, which are a bit smaller. It's pretty interesting if you think about that. But let's look at this Gohan. His face sculpts look great, but yeah, this guy actually has a lot of articulation. I think this is pretty freaking cool. You can really get into a lot of different poses. It could be really good for stop motion animation. There's the little part that comes off where you can remove his scopes and switch them out. And that is his little hairpiece, which sticks in really tightly. He has some really good articulation. For a really small figure like this, it reminds me of the KW Cell Juniors. But to get back to the video, Goku comes with a bunch of hand sculpts. We have the 2 fisted hands on the figure now, as well as the 2 instant transmission hands. I'm not sure why he has these, as he doesn't use any move where he's doing this other than the spirit bomb. And in that, he really uses a open and clenched hand to do the spirit bomb. He doesn't use 2 fingers like Yamcha. So that's very interesting why they give us those hands. Maybe just to pack the box a bit more. No problem with that. I have no problem with that. We have the 2 Tiger Claw martial artist clenched hands with the 2 fingers at the tip. These look great. We also have the 2 chopping block hands, where you can do his signature, hey, little stuff. Goku sounds a bit like Sonic when you think about it. He's just so joyful. That's so cool. That's one of my favorite things about Goku. We have the 2 just clenched hands, kind of tiger claw as well, but these aren't in the martial artist form. These are just his clenched open hands. This could be great for doing the one-handed spirit bomb. We also have 2 of his flayed out hands. And these hand sculpts look great. You can see the fingernails, the wrinkles, crevices in the finger, in the palm. It looks amazing. I think they did such a good job with this. It's like they're getting better and better with each release. They're doing a phenomenal job. We also have a kind of just open hand here. And these are a bit of the unique hand sculpts, kind of an open hand here, as well as a pointing hand, where he's pointing with Goku as he's on the Nimbus. And for one extra hand, we come with the hand to hold the power pole. And I think this looks great. But yes, all in all, this figure is amazing. It looks great. But let's get into some of the articulation. It's much like any other 2.0 Goku. You can get a bit of a T-pose. Joints. I really don't have to go over the articulation for the 2.0s, but I'm just doing it just to do it. Some people may want to see if the articulation is a bit different. Leg can go back that much. That's really pretty good for the figures that they release now. Can't even go back that far, so that's a plus. His leg can go up that much. Double joint knee. His legs get spread out about that much. I'm not going to turn them in and try to do it, but with other figures, just by releasing his legs and pulling them like this, you can get them all the way into a kind of split, but with this one, he's a bit limited. I actually pulled it back a bit far and it popped off, but it popped right on back easily. But he has some really good leg articulation, and he can even do things like this. I don't know if people really even pose their figures, but if they did, they'd see that he can just do these type of poses really easy. Let's get this for you guys really quick. Let's actually try it with the other leg, how I did earlier. You can get into some really cool kick poses. But there you go for that. He can get into some really cool one-legged poses without any sticky tack or a stand. But yeah, this guy looks great all in all. I think he's really freaking cool. But to get back to the review, just this shot of Goku here, he looks so freaking cool. But let's get into the scaling. Now, first off, let's get this guy scaled with the new SH Figure Arts Games Begin Goku, and you can see the difference there. He's a bit taller, more bulkier. This is the Goku from the Android saga. We also can compare this guy to the Cell Saga Trunks. See the height there? They're about the same height, or Goku's a bit taller. Let's compare this guy to a Marvel Legends Dr. Doom. And Dr. Doom just towers over that guy. That just looks so freaking cool. Let's get this guy next to let's get this guy out of the way. I thought a bit too far. Let's get this guy right next to the Black Series Ronin. And yeah, you can see the height difference there. These SH Figure Arts are pretty short compared to the other figure companies. But I digress. These figures all have their proper scaling in their form. And they all look great. So that's why I try to put a couple of different characters into the mix other than SH Figure Arts. But let's get into the review for these two, comparing him to the lowest born Saiyan. Now, I don't know if you guys can notice, but which one is the Goku? Which one is the lowest born Saiyan? I know it looks a bit weird, but if you're looking at both of these characters, the newer Goku on the left is a bit shorter. And if you were to, let's say, swap the face sculpt on this Goku, if you were to swap the face on this Goku and just look at this, just take a look at this, man. That is freaking sick. Let's get this guy to stand. But dude, I think that looks even better than the original. I think that looks even better than the original, man. You can see, man, that looks so freaking cool. That's definitely better than the original. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if the body's a bit buffer, but man, that looks amazing compared to the original. And you can do all face sculpt changes with this figure. You can swap out all of the face sculpts with that guy. I didn't even have to take the hair off. Let's try that with the lowest born Saiyan. Sorry about that. Like, just look at this. I don't know what it is about the lowest born Saiyan, but he looks so Goku accurate. They did such a freaking good job with this figure. Such a good job. Just look at these two. These two look amazing next to each other. You can do face swaps for every sculpt on these figures. You can just swap and swap and swap. I'm not going to do it for every single one, but you get the gist of it. You can put all of the new face sculpts on the old lowest born Saiyan body, and it just looks great. And I think they did a great job of making it very compatible to each version. And if I were to be honest, I think the newer version just looks way better, as it's not as taller and it's a bit buffer. I think the matte finish on the lowest born Saiyan for the hair is a bit better, but it isn't quite noticeable as you think it is. I have lights shining everywhere, so it looks a bit shinier than it actually is. Looking at the bodies now, this is the lowest born Saiyan, so that looks a bit more shinier, but again, take into note what I just said. Most creators have the lights on, and this figure is not as shiny as you think it is. But again, this set is really cool, and if you really are a fan of Goku and Gohan in that specific scene, I believe you should get it, as well as for the face sculpts, so they are amazing. For Nimbus as well, if you're interested in that. But again, this is Plastic Motionel, and I am signing out. Peace.